Yo, so welcome back. This is basically everything in between that's happened before and after high school. So this is it. Let me go to the kitchen. Pretty hard transition, but whatever. Graduating from high school is something crazy. Seeing how I'm the worst one in my family, I skipped a lot of school. I feel like I skipped through most of my first year and my second year, and then my third year was just a mess. Basically, for the most part, I spent it all with my ex, just like at her house and just like being there. Like I just wasn't at school. High school is one of those weird things because once you're done with it, you kind of feel like that relief of not going anymore. Like I've just been at my house for like the past couple weeks, like 3 weeks. It's really boring, honestly. But for the most part, it was just bad. I got bullied a lot, and I feel like that was just with school. Like throughout my middle school years and early high school, people just picked on me because I guess I was different. I didn't see the world like everybody else saw it. It wasn't grim. I mean, it was grim, but I always try to see the silver lining in things. Now, honestly, I just find myself lying here in bed or waking up and drawing something. I'm going out tomorrow with this girl and we're gonna paint or bleach hoodies. That's something I've really gotten into. I guess I'm just trying to find more ways to expand my creativity. And I feel like that's something everybody should do. I feel like having a lack of creativity is having a lack of self. Because you're always just trying to do what everybody else is doing. You're always just trying to have the same shoes as everybody. And that's something I struggled with early in middle school. Oh my god, I remember how I wanted Jordans so badly. And then I got them and it's like, they're cool, but I mean, they're not a fashion statement. I'm currently wearing these beat up old Crocs that my grandma got me. They got glitter on them and shit, but shit, who gives a fuck? I got shit on my feet. I try to be grateful, even though it's hard sometimes because you've had so much bad shit happen to you in your life, where when something good happens to you, it's kind of bittersweet. And then the whole high school experience, like now this year, my senior year that just passed, a lot happened, and you never really realize what can happen in the span of a year. I remember I started my school year off in Atalanta, a whole different city than the one I'm in. I'm in Apple Valley right now, but just that, like I started my school year there, and then I remember I made so many friends, a couple enemies, a couple of people didn't like me, but fuck them. But halfway through my year, like not even halfway, like 70% through my year, I moved back to Apple Valley because I was living with my parents, but now I'm living with my grandma. And the thing is, I was here for my junior year, and then at the end of my junior year, I went to Atlanta. So it's like I knew people here, and then when I came back, it was just like it was a different experience because I felt like a different person. I always used to go to school in like sweats, and my hair was always fucked up. It was big. It was like, you know what I mean? I'm bald now. I became bald in El Salvador. Kind of shaved all my shit off. I have a picture of it. Boom, plaster it. And I mean, I'm always open to change. Change is beautiful. Change is wonderful. I feel like people need to change constantly because the world is constantly evolving and changing. So the reason I moved back here was because my mom and my 3 siblings went to El Salvador, and for unrelated reasons. Like, I'm not really gonna get into that. But just recently, like in April, I got to see them again. I flew over there. It was crazy. And it was surreal, to say the least, just to see my siblings again. And we take advantage of the loved ones, I feel like, that we have close to us, because the second they're ripped away from you, it's kind of like you lose a part of yourself. But seeing them was great. I was there for a week. A lot happened during that week. I got another tattoo. I got my dad's name. It was just a whole experience. Like, I got to see a whole different culture than American culture, and it's honestly really beautiful. The people over there are so, what's the word, kind, not like here. I mean, you could go down the street over there and everybody's gonna greet you, ugly as pimple. It's just not like that over here. People are just rude, and I feel like that's a luxury that we have, to be rude, because in third world countries everybody just is just so nice. Currently I've just been looking for a job. It's not easy because obviously the way that jobs are, you have to do everything online. It's pretty stupid, honestly. Big corporate, big bird to you, because why can't I just go into a place and grab an application, do the way that people used to do it. And this goes back to my idea of people have to change with the times, because if you stay so fixated on a mindset, you're just gonna get left behind. So with the fact that it's really hard to get a job, I've been dedicating myself to bleaching clothes, posting more on social media, my art, because that's really what I want to do. I want to be an artist. I never took school for art, right? I've been doing this since I was 5, because I used to get bullied, like I said, and getting bullied was probably the best thing for me, because I got to see the worst side of people firsthand. And I honestly, I'm a good person. I don't think I ever did shit. It's just that I don't know why. I still can't figure out why they would pick on me. But I remember as a kid, I would sit down in my closet, and it had this little table where you could put your clothes on, but I never did that shit. But I would just draw on it, and it was crazy, because that was the foundation for what I am now. And I feel like everybody has their set purpose, right? Not when they're born, right? But you'll find it eventually. I still feel like I haven't found my purpose. Yeah. I know that I want to draw, but I know everybody else wants me to be something else. And I can't be something else, because giving in to being something else is giving up who I am as a person. I feel like I'll lose my sense of individuality, and that's something I don't want to do. I can't do, because I'm all I got. Eventually, most of the people I know are probably going to be dead by the time I'm 40, right? And I want to look back at my life and feel fulfilled. I want to be I did what I wanted, and I'm happy. I'm using my watch as a stopper, because I'm really bad at talking. Not in person. I feel like I'm a yapper, but it's just looking at myself in the camera, talking to myself is kind of surreal. It's not something I'm really used to doing, because I am, honestly. During middle school, I actually had a YouTube channel with me and my siblings, right? I'm not saying the name, y'all can look for it. That's on y'all. But I feel like I was looking back at my old videos, and it's I was the personality of that YouTube channel, because obviously my younger siblings were much younger than me. I'd say I was 11 at the time, so my brother was 7, maybe. No, a little younger. Yeah, he was probably 6 or 5. But I remember I would just be looking at my old videos, and I could see the light in my eyes, you could say, just that carelessness, that, what's the word I'm looking for? ignorance, that ignorance that I had to the world. Like I honestly thought the world was gleam, you know, everything was gonna be sunshines and rainbows, and you know, growing up, it's really not that. You know, growing up, you come to realize that the world is shitty, right? And you just have to find happiness in a world full of shit. This is like my first YouTube video, so I'm just gonna leave y'all with that. Try to find happiness in a world full of shit, and you'll be a winner. Because winning doesn't mean grabbing a trophy. Winning means being happy. Like, subscribe, I don't know.